Hi everyone. Today we'll be learning about what is investment banking, what are the skills that are required for investment banking. So first of all, why should I be the one telling you what is investment banking? Okay, so a brief introduction about me. Hi, I am Nikita. I have done my MBA from IIFT Delhi. I passed out in 2021. Post that, I have been into investment banking. I have completed 3 years into this field, and so I started with JP Morgan, and now I am with IIFL Securities into their IB team, wherein I have looked at all the kind of deals that can be done, right? From a private fundraise to a public fundraise to an M&A, and the kind of advisory roles that an investment bank performs. And being through the same journey as you guys, I know that IB is one of the most coveted jobs, right? And especially for the people who want to be in finance. If you want to be in finance, you ask someone what he wants to do, he would most likely say that he wants to be into IB. But most people don't know, including me, when I was doing my MBA, even I didn't know that what actually is IB, what are the skills that you require to enter this field, okay? And not even to enter, but to survive also, because entering this field is one thing and staying in it is something else altogether. So today I'll be telling you what typically will your role look like when you come into IB? What are the skills that you should have, right? And how you should go about the same if you want to crack this highly coveted job. Okay, so let's get started. Just a sec. Yeah. So, first of all, what is investment banking? Generally, people do not know what is an investment bank altogether. They confuse it with other commercial banks. Ki the HDFC ऐसा है. So, might be something like what a private bank is doing, might be something like what an ICICI is doing, they also have their IB sites, uh, firstly. But yeah, let me tell you what typically an investment bank does. Okay. An investment bank is not a typical consumer facing bank. Okay. You will not see tens of 15s of people entering every day into the bank to deposit money or to withdraw money, right? Or to take loans or anything. An investment bank works with the corporates. Okay. What do we do for the corporates? We do their IPOs. You see, there is a whole rampant thing going in the market. A lot of IPOs are coming in, right? So, ये IPO करवाता कौन है? How do companies know that they have to, what kind of path they should use, what are the regulations they should follow, when they should do an IPO, right? At what value they should do an IPO. कि उस कंपनी को एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा. The company might say that, I am looking at 100 crore valuation, I'm looking at 1,000 crore valuation, I'm looking at a 10,000 crore valuation, right? But the market may not agree to that, right? So who is going to tell the company that what is going to be their valuation? That is one thing. Similarly, for the private fundraise activities, do not want to go to the public, you just want to raise money from private players. आप किसी प्राइवेट इक्विटी से, किसी वीसी से, वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट से पैसा उठाना चाहते हैं, तो फॉर दैट ऑल्सो यू हैव टू गेट इन टू कॉन्टेक्ट विद एन इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक. द इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक of the company to get the fundraise done. Similarly, mergers and acquisitions. What is a merger and what is an acquisition? Merger is basically coming together of two large entities, right? Two large entities coming together to form a single business. Okay. Then again, the two entities would like to know at what value they should merge, right? Why they should merge, first of all. What are the synergies that they're going to get? What are the benefits that they're going to get? That is this kind of thing that an investment bank will help them, right? Similarly, an acquisition. What is an acquisition? Or what is the difference between a merger and an acquisition? A merger is when two entities of equal size, similar size are coming together to form one single entity. And an acquisition is largely when a big company is going to acquire a smaller company, going to buy out a smaller company. that is an acquisition, right? So for example, an established player buying a smaller startup or something like that, or even a startup looking to buy a smaller company, that is an acquisition. Again, here, what is the role of an investment banker? Okay, so first of all, in an acquisition, you can both be on the buy side as well as on the sell side. Okay, you can represent the one who is buying the company. You can also represent the one who is selling the company. Again, what will be the value for the same? Okay, what will be, how will you go about the structure? There are regulations that are included. Are you going to get a CCI approval or not? How to go about those valuations? How to go about those regulations? These are the things that an investment bank will deal with. These are not the things that a company will deal with. Okay. Then debt issuance and other advisory roles as well. So for example, if you're looking into some kind of expansion, right? So what kind of expansion you should do, what geographies you should target. If you have relations with those existing companies, you also help them with other advisory roles. So these are some of the typical roles that an investment bank does. Okay. Now, if you look at it as an investment banker, what is going to come out through you when you are working on all these things? You know, big transactions, huge names, big companies. What are you going to get out of these? Doing all these complex activities, which also require a lot of your time, which also require a lot of, brain cells that you're going to use there. So, what you are going to get? First of all, you're going to get networking opportunities. Okay. Very early in your career, you will be sitting with the CEOs, CXOs of the leading companies. Okay. You'll be talking directly to them. You'll be getting to know what they are thinking, how they are planning to move their company, and you will also be guiding them. Just think about it, a 25-year-old, a 26-year-old sitting with a CEO who has been running a company for 20, 25 years and, advising him how to go about the IPO, how to look at a M&A raise, and also getting to know their opportunities, their thinking, that how are they looking at their industry. So that is something which is a big, big benefit, which honestly, I don't think that any other role in corporate finance or in finance in general will provide at such an early stage in the career. Okay. Second thing, obviously, you'll be playing a pivotal role in big transactions. As I said, you will be working on IPOs, you'll be working on M&A and seeing those news coming out in the market, right? Seeing those news coming in the newspaper, you know, XXY company has filed papers for raising this much funds. XXX company is acquiring this company, and you are the one who has worked on that transaction. So there is a sense of accomplishment that what you are doing is being recognized as well, right? Getting to work with such big brands, such big deals, and getting acknowledged for that. That kind of sense of accomplishment will come. Third thing is, with every company, whether you are looking on an M&A, whether you are looking at an IPO, whether you are looking at a private fundraise, with every assignment, every new company, there will be new challenges, there will be new opportunities, and your work will always remain interesting. It will never get mundane, which is felt by in so many roles that beyond a point of time, beyond let's say 2 years, 3 years, your job role doesn't change, right? But this is an industry where your job role keeps on changing, right? There are fast promotions. Accordingly, there is a very steep learning curve. Okay. You'll be learning very fast if I compare it to other roles. And that is what keeps your job very, very interesting for you. Okay. So you'll be always hooked to your job if you are meant for it. Okay. Second thing is, and obviously not to be ignored, one of the most important thing, why IB is so coveted, it is one of the highest paid roles in the world of finance. Okay. People look at the bonuses, people look at the fixed, and yes, it is one of the highest paid. So that is what makes every work hour that you're going to put in worth it. Okay. So now that you know why you should get into investment banking, how are you going to get into investment banking? What are the skills that you need to become an investment banker? As I said, that you'll be looking a lot around valuation. Okay, that is one thing that I said. You will be looking a lot around valuation, as in it, what value an IPO will happen? What is the value of the company today? What do you need to ascertain that? You need to know financial modeling. You need to know how to build the three statements. You need to know what is DCF. You need to know how to value the company using trading comparables, transaction comparables, right? And for that, you need to understand finance. Okay. By finance, I'm not referring only to accounts. Yes, that is also important, that you need to know how to read the three statements, how to model the three statements, your income statement, your cash flow statement, your balance sheet. But you also need to know other concepts such as WACC, such as TCF, such as LBO, so this kind of understanding of finance is very important, because those concepts is what will determine your financial modeling. Okay. Now, when we have talked all about numbers, all about your valuation and everything, third thing comes is your presentation skills. As I said, be working with the CEOs, CXOs of big companies, right? And when you are sitting with them, you should be able to speak to them. You should be able to show them things in a very lucid, brief manner, right? They don't have time to go across 15, 16, 20, 100 tabs of a model. Okay. That is where your presentation skills come into picture, that the model that you have built, it might have some 20, 25, even 50 tabs, right? But in order to show the results to that CEO, to that CXO, to the board of director, you should be able to present it in a lucid, attractive manner, right? So that is where your presentation skills, and then your communication skills. Because when you are working with these CEOs, CXOs, you have to maintain relationships with them. An investment bank, as it may sound, is a lot about marketing. Okay. It is a finance role, yes, but there is a lot of marketing involved in it, because at the end of the day, you are selling companies. You are selling companies to the CEOs of big companies. You are selling companies to the market, to the public investor, that this company is a good one, you should buy it. And also, you are selling yourself, those big companies that hire me, I will get your transaction done, right? In order to do that, you should have good communication skills, you should have good people skills, so that you are able to maintain a relationship with them. If you are someone who has a lot of knowledge, who has a lot of intellect, but who is not able to speak up to these people, you may or may not be able to survive, or you may not even like the IB world. Okay. That is something. Again, as I mentioned, you need a lot of skills, you need a lot of work hours, you need a lot of brain cells to be spent into this area. And that is why you need a lot of persistence. Trust me, the work hours are long. You have to keep on going. There will be days when you are frustrated. There will be days and it seems like, why I am doing this. And that is where your persistence comes in. That is where your dedication towards your work comes in. That this is a big assignment that I'm doing, that this is something that is very important for my career, for my company. And that is why you keep on going on it, right? So these are the skills among many other skills required to become an investment banker. Obviously, these are very few short points, major points that I've given you. There are a lot more things to be learned along the way. Okay. And so now, how do you crack investment banking? Okay. How to enter the path? Can you do it only after an MBA? Maybe, maybe not. Can you also be a CA to get into investment banking? Possible. Can you go through other parts? Maybe you don't even need a postgrad. Maybe you can go via undergrad. If you want to know more about these things, please comment, let us know, and we'll come back with more sessions. I hope this session was informative for you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.